Hi, I'm Ross Eadie, your elected City Councillor for the Mynarski Ward, and this is our inaugural edition of the Mynarski Minutes, a weekly report from your City Councillor letting you know what's happening out there in our community. First of all, we were able to stop $7 million going into a hotel water park initiative that really didn't meet city requirements from my perspective and from many of you citizens who live here, residents in the Mynarski Ward. There is a huge demand for a water park, and my position is simply this. Because the market is so big for an indoor water park, I believe that the private sector can just do this on their own and make a lot of money at it. We could use the $7 million that were going to come from the public purse for other things like fixing our roads, or even opening up our existing water facilities for free to a lot of poor people who live close to this place. Like, you now have to pay to go to a splash pad at Kelowna Park. You never used to have to do that kind of thing with a very young family at the wading pool that used to exist. Now, the Winnipeg Police Service is over $230 million of the City of Winnipeg's budget, which makes it the largest department that we have. And it's essential that we have a police chief that knows how to, first of all, administrate such a big department, but as well, deliver the kind of police services that the citizens of Winnipeg expect. What I want to make sure is that when they're considering who to hire, that they understand what criteria we would like them to follow when looking to select the next chief of police. So we're looking at doing some community consultations with various organizations and try to bring people in so we can have a discussion about how to proceed. And there's a lot of people with different opinions, but what we need to do is somehow synthesize the information and then pass that along to the chief administrative officer and the committee that's going to be selecting the next chief of police. And the mayor did promise to come out to some of those meetings, so we need to make sure that he gets out there and he can hear from the people as well. On the second issue, it was controversial, and the Mynarski Ward will not have the Chief Peguis Trail go through it at all. But there is a huge traffic problem that we have on Leela Avenue, where people live in homes where they never expected the kind of traffic that goes there from Main Street all the way up to McPhillips. Once the Chief Peguis Trail goes through all the way to Route 90, hopefully, I think that that's a really important issue to deal with. And it's very important for trade. There's a number of people who are truckers who live, and their families live, in the Mynarski Ward, and having a good trade corridor is important to them. So to get from the east side of the city to the west side of the city, to where Centerport will eventually be, and to the trucking industry that's over closer to King Edward or closer to Kuwait as well on Inkster Boulevard, instead of cutting through our neighborhoods of Mynarski and Garden City, this Chief Peguis Trail should be built, and everybody will benefit from the Chief Peguis Trail. So we moved that up to 2016. I supported Debbie Sharma's motion, but I don't support a lot of this, what they call an Immering Road. Stay tuned. I will explain to you and put up on the web what I call the inner rectangle for trade routes in the city, which I believe is more affordable, because what we need to do is, besides building new roads, we really have to take care of renovating, renewing our front streets and back lanes, because they are awful. And I have some ideas how we can do that as well.